Does anyone remember that old hippie beatnik, whatever it is, cartoon, George of the Jungle? Not the one with Brendan Fraser, but the other one. The one with Brendan Fraser was live action, not a cartoon. There's a difference between live action and cartoon, except for me. Sometimes I feel like I'm both live action and a cartoon because of my crazy antics. Basically, it starred this borderline mongoloid Tarzan knockoff who was into a cave girl named Jane, and there was an ape. He was really intelligent, and his name was Ape. Yeah, I know. I know. You you can stop yelling at me. I said I know. Anyway, I was running away from a Dollar Tree store because I stole a bag of off-brand Cheetos. Stop looking at me like that. While store manager Guantanamo was busy studying a mag on how to cook the greatest Cinco de Mayo dinner known to man. He was chasing me with a broomstick and telling me it was a gun because I was high. I totally believed him. After running for approximately 15 miles into the desert and realizing I needed water for some reason, well, I was fortunate enough that old Guantanamo gave up his chase just then. No, I didn't find an oasis, though I loved their first three albums. But after accidentally sitting on a cactus and jumping high into the air in agony, ouch! I noticed the VHS tape sitting on the corner of a rocky cliff. At worst, I figured I could take it back into town and barter it for some water. Or by then, I'd probably have found a water fountain, so weed, I guess. Yeah, chronic. I don't remember if I found a VHS tape player or if it was just a figment of my imagination, a hallucination, if you will. But I vividly remember things started out with the ape named Ape. He was smoking a pipe and wearing his Technicolor dream coat and mumbling some words to himself about newspapers these days only being interested in what celebrities President Barack Obama was butt fucking for publicity. Oof. Don't blame me. He's the one who said it. This was rather awkward because George of the Jungle was produced in the 60s or 70s or some shit like that, long before Barack Hussein Obama was ever sworn into office as a civil rights leader. Bless his heart. It was at this point that I realized that the usual George of the Jungle theme song about swinging from vines and going, ooh, like you're giving head to a dominatrix leopard man, was suspiciously missing. Instead, various quotations from pundit Ann Coulter about the minimum wage being class warfare and Alf eating cats ran on the screen in a Star Wars text intro scroll fashion up and down. At this point, I was scared. The camera then went back to Ape Man's hut. I killed George. Ape stared at the screen and said this. The camera zoomed deeper into his primal face. There's a vein popping out of his gorilla forehead. I'm scared of monkeys. Well, good news. Ape had an aneurysm and he died. His pipe came to life in a Fantasia kind of way. And you ever seen that Mickey Mouse or waves his wand and magic stuff comes to life? A skeleton popped out of the hut's closet for some reason. I can't believe I can come out of the closet now. The closet said in a stereotypical California Valley girl kind of voice. And the pipe started blowing bubbles instead of smoke. I am not allowed to smoke anymore because I am not a Paul. Said in a low demonic voice. At this point, I was still scared. Then George and Jane fell out of the closet. They were having sex with each other. Indecent. Jane was none other than that Jane the Killer character from the internet. She bounded and gagged George, who seemed to be liking it a whole awful lot. I want to go jerk off using the bag that belonged to the off-brand Cheetos. My dick turned orange. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, I ate that VHS tape after that because I was thirsty and thought it would turn into water in my stomach. I didn't really pay attention in school. Because it didn't, I got milk from the cactus and pretended I was suckling on a teat. Fortunately, again, it was actually a prickly, and I jumped back into the air. I landed 15 miles away at the Dollar Tree store. Guantanamo had me arrested, and I threw up the tape in jail and traded it for some prison weed. The best kind. Then an 8-man became my cell partner. He told me that the glove wasn't his because it didn't fit. Then I pleasured myself. And then my hands were orange. Then I woke up.